Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome. It is
Hello.
Monday, one of our favorite days of the week. Monday. Another odd person here. Welcome to Monday Jumpstart with Happy Paper People. We are excited to be here. We're excited to have you here with us. If you're watching on the replay, we're excited that you get to see this even after the fact, and hope that you'll try what we're doing today along with us, either along with us or after the fact, and post it in the group so that we can see what you have done. Hi, Glennis. Glennis is the first odd person here, ready to go. Margie, another odd person. We're all a little odd. That's why we're happy paper people, right?
Yep.
We do welcome you, whether you are new and happy paper people or have been here a long time. We love all artists, old or new, or young or old, or, you know, new artists, old artists, doesn't even matter. I keep saying old and it sounds like old, and I don't mean old. Oh, it's Monday. Anyway, it's June, and I'm Marianne right here. You can see right above me there is Miss Sylvia. Wave hello, Sylvia.
Hello.
And over there is Miss Dawn Marie.
Hi, everyone.
And then there's Sarah.
Hi, how are you?
So happy to have them with me today. Love having a variety of people here when we do something like this, because everybody's going to have a different take, a different perspective on it, and you will get to see all the different ways that we do it. So it is June, and we have been having IMA-JUNE-ATION month, and we have been doing a lot of stuff with imagination. Actually, we've been working on collage all month in June. And we have worked our way up to our last Monday in June, where we are doing surrealistic collage today, which you could also describe as collaging odd things together purposefully, right?
Yes.
So surrealistic collage. I've seen a lot of it, and I love the look of it, and it looks fun. Like I could do anything and it's going to fit, because it's not supposed to fit, right? It just does. But I've never made one. So it's going to be a new venture for me. I know DM has. I think Sylvia just tried one. Sarah kind of sort of did one last week when she did the bird brain. The birds coming out of the brain. That fits along with this too, without even knowing it. So that was pretty cool. So that's what we're going to do today. I ain't no artist, Margie says. Artist. Also want to, whether you're here live or whether you're watching on the replay, want to fill you in on July. And we already have July planned out. We're ready to go. Next Monday is July 1st, and we will not have a Monday jump start on that day. I am going to be in surgery, having a complete shoulder replacement. No, I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm looking forward to not having pain and being able to use my shoulder again. So I'm excited for the rest of July, because you are going to get to see some very cool things from your HPP admin. They are a very talented bunch. They are. And they have lots of cool things that they do that I've asked them to share with you. So on the 8th, Miss Sylvia is going to lead us in some ideas about journaling, and we'll talk about all the different types of journals we keep. But mostly what I've asked her to show you that day, amongst all the other things, is make sure that she shows how she keeps a daily journal. She keeps a daily journal different than anyone I've ever known. And I've kept a daily journal for many, many years, but Sylvia's is different. And I've been doing it Sylvia's style now all month, and I'm finding it a whole lot easier. And a whole lot more fun, I might add. It is a whole lot more interesting to do it Sylvia's way. So I thank Sylvia for that, because I'm really enjoying it. And then on the 15th, Sarah is going to lead us in folio. Sarah makes lots and lots of folios, and she does a great job. And she might make a folio and then look at it and go, oh, okay, well, I could do this or do that and have a whole different folio. So she's going to lead us in some folio making. And then on the 22nd, Miss Dawn Marie is going to take a very simple and well-known binding method, the 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and she's going to show you how you can amp that up, how she embellishes a 3-hole pamphlet stitch and turn it into something fancy dancy and won't even look like a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, but you can do something very simple and then amp it up and have something very beautiful or elegant. And then on the 29th, I've asked both Dawn Marie and Sylvia to be here because they're both master doodlers. Master doodlers, that's how I look at them, because they doodle and tangle on everything. And they're going to teach us some of their ways, how they look at things to determine what and how they're going to doodle on them. And you might have noticed when you look at some of their things or even other artists' things, how doodling or tangling here and there can just finish off the piece and really make it cool. So they're going to share with us their thoughts and ideas and how they go about doodling and tangling on everything. So I'm really excited for July, and we've planned that out, and I'll be here. I'll be here with them. I'm going to let them run the show there so that if I'm not feeling up to making something, I can be here with you, but I don't have to, be in charge of showing you something. So, but I'll be here to support you and to have conversation with you as we go along. So get the shoulder from a bodybuilder. Margie, that's a fantastic idea because the other one's right behind it. So if I could get the same bodybuilder, both shoulders, I would be set, right? Oh, that's a great idea. All right. So this is a really cool picture of balloons. I'm going to ask DM to show us some different things. First of all, she's got some pictures that came straight out of magazines that are already surrealistic collages. Then she's got some things, a couple of things to point out to show you when you're looking for images to use, how to look at the images that you're seeing. And then she can share the third thing. As we're doing this today, what are you looking for to get started? Like, what type of image are you looking for to start this collage today? Got all three of those, DM?
I got all three of them.
There you go.
Here. So here's the first picture that I happened to come across. This is it's not crazy. It's very clean, but this would also be considered a surrealist collage because they've used multiple things and I even added and doodled in that one. This is a photo, but it still could be considered a collage because they've taken a piece of paper and put it in with the feathers and the flowers. And it definitely is surreal because you normally wouldn't see that in the picture. This right here is a good example of one. It's an ad for a book, but you see how they've cut out and then just put another picture and then cut that picture out. That's a very surrealist sort of way to make the idea pop out. Like, because you're thinking about an ordinary mind, and then so you just keep going deeper and deeper into the mind.
Really kind of makes something ordinary extraordinary.
Exactly. Now this one right here, granted it was all drawn, but you see how they've taken the head and they've cut it up and they've added things to it, and you can see that it was like that they've actually collaged it, even though they're hand-drawn things, where they cut things out of something they already had and put it over the areas of the face where you would normally, feel them or however. So that's a very surrealistic. This is another one. It was in the same article as that first one, but you see how they used the head that was there. They cut out and they put some papers on it. They did a doodle here, which is really beautiful, and then had somebody behind them, like she's telling that mind to do something. But it's very basic, just black, things that, you can find pretty much anywhere to do. This is a really cool one. There is the heel to this someplace else, probably in my pile, but I figured you wouldn't know the heel if I just pulled that out. But somebody did a collage of all of the universe on a foot. So they've cut out all of those pieces from celestial things, put it on a black piece of paper, and then added the lines themselves. So that's a
weird
collage.
stuff, right, Margie? That's it. Weird stuff that doesn't belong.
So this right here is also a collage. Someone found some nice paper, did a background, and then they found a body. And instead of the head, they made a circle and added things into the circle. I like this one a lot.
I do too.
Okay, so this is strange. This is actually a collage. These pieces were cut out digitally and put into the background. Here's a chair. Sort of strange. There's a giraffe's legs on a.
That's an
I don't know. Maybe
bed.
they do have those on an antelope. A little girl is down there, or could be a little boy. Who knows? Brushing it. And then there's a woman over here with a fox mask on, and they've done a lot of little things on this that are collaged. So that's a real surrealist. Like you would never see that together. So I also found this one, which is from a Vanity Fair when the Queen passed away. See how they put her whole family, all pictures of the family, or this one actually is what's her name? The new Prince Charles's wife, not Diana.
Yeah,
Camilla. Yeah, Camilla. So they've taken and they've cut out pictures, but they've also cut and put them on the flowered background and in between them. And this whole series of this one, they did that with every picture. So the same artist must have done all of these.
Yeah, that's cool.
So let's go. So when you're looking for things to cut out, I have this page saved because you have these hanging lights right here that turned this way could become flowers. Right?
Great idea.
You know, all of these right here could become something for a child to walk across, like a log or a, you could have something sitting on a seat. So this page right here has a lot of fodder to pull from for doing collages. This is another thing I have that I pull from a lot is a catalog. And a catalog has, you know, it does have the people in it, has some great colors that you can get, but it has legs. And
Margie says, even I'm not weird enough for this.
It has feet, and it has, you know, you could easily cut off a part of the body and put it in different places. It also has the ones that are sort of done like that. So you can pull the legs off of the, you know, this and set it on top of something, set something on top of them, and it makes it, you know, almost like Baba Yaga's house is on chicken feet. So now when you're looking for things, I always look for things that look like a tree or a root system. So this is, you know, I don't know whether it's supposed to be neurological or what, but you could easily cut these across there and have them as roots to something you're going to add on to it. So I always look for things that look like a root system or a tree system. I always look for things sitting, like this cute little puppy on a little tiny settee. If I were to cut this out, I would probably cut it out on the green and then put it on something like this huge stump.
Get you high.
Now, the stump is great for a couple other reasons too. We have this sandcastle, and you would cut the stump out by itself and put it on a different background probably. But the sandcastle could go on the stump. Let's talk about that one later and that one later. this is another one that came because it was part of the cover, so I have it twice. You could actually turn one of them upside down and make it the root system to that one, and then branch off of it with other things. Here's a great one that could be used easily because you could cut each face out and put something different on each one. You see, they already did that with Buddha. This right here is, I don't know, probably Buddhist temple on top of a mountain. As you can tell, I've got a bunch of Buddhist magazines that I'm coming out from now, so I'm getting some really cool images. But you see how that could just sit right on top of the beautiful stump. Here's another one you could do if you find, I found a whale. Where's my person that I've been doing? Oh, I can't find it, but here. A whale tail, you could put it on Misty Copeland right here, and she could become a beautiful mermaid. The other one for Misty Copeland is if you found a waterfall or something that had splashing coming out of it, like a fountain, this image could easily be cut out and added, you know, like she's jumping out of it because she's cool. Already got the liquid around her.
Jumping out of the fountain, that would be cool.
Yeah, so this is something that I found in a magazine too, and you see how it's got that really long root system, which I love. That's gorgeous. But if you were to fold it and cut it, really, but I'm keeping it like that, and add it to anything, for instance, this beautiful floral arrangement, it would come down and into, you know, so that it's rooted to the ground. You could do the same thing with the house. So that's why I look for roots, is because you can almost have anything have a root. Now, I have the other part of the United States that's not here. But this United States, you could easily cut each individual state out and put something behind it that matches for that state. You could have it, the state jetting out for some reason, but you could use these as singular pieces and work with them if you wanted to do that, or keep in the color range and, you know, have butterflies flying out of each color thing, almost like sandwiching in between. And speaking of sandwiches, we have the sandwich. So what you could do here is you could cut it at each level that you see, even if you're using one of these, or especially if you would want to cut, say for instance, this section right here, you would go around it, and then you could stick something coming out of that section. And that way you wouldn't have to try to fit the thing into the, around the, you know, cut it perfectly around that. You cut the swirl on this, things jutting out of it. So this right here is an amazing one because you could get a lot of things coming out of it. You could have a tricycle. You could have, you know, you could find all the vegetables in a magazine. You could cut out each one of these states and have them jutting out of the sandwich. And then right before we came on, I found this, which is a dollhouse. And I found arms with birds on it. So you could have the arms coming out of the window here, like she was sticking them through. You could find a head, which I did not cut out any heads because I didn't think I was going to use a head this time. Place the head up here, and you could probably have the legs coming out the side. Now, this would be huge. You would have to do it on a really big piece of paper. But something like that would also be worth it. It would look cool if you could get one that was big enough so you could have the skirt but up to here and have the legs coming out so that it would look like it was, the house was sitting on her lap.
Right. That is cool.
So
those are awesome ideas.
Yes.
Thank you. When you're looking, you have to look for something that's going to be a base, something that's got enough room on it that you can reorganize it and fit things into it. And, you know, make, for instance, I found this girl. She's going to be great jumping out. And this right here is an upside down image because it's showing like the upside down of the city. So you could have her jumping off of this into the upside down city. You just got to fussy cut her out, you know. So there's all kinds. I even found this right here. You could, you know, cut out the swinging guy, and the swinging guy could be swinging from the house, you know, in the house.
Cool.
So
Margie turned a picture of a file cabinet into a girl once. There you go. See, Margie, yes. You've already done Surrealist collage.
Very much. Yes, that's good.
So what would you do with these balloons?
I would, if I found enough, say children's arms and legs, I would put a head and arms and legs on them. To look like the kids were flying, or animals. Balloons are sort of difficult unless you were going to add them as an accent onto something. So those would be considered accents onto, you know, like how they had the house floating with the balloons.
Right. Oh, right.
That's how I would use balloons. I wouldn't use them as a base thought. I would use it as an accent.
Okay, that's a good idea. So we're looking
for go, Marie.
Thank you.
We're looking for something then to be our base thing that we're going to work off of.
Right. Now there's also this big, huge picture of picture windows.
Oh, cool.
So you can change out could change out the inside of each one of these windows to be a strange place or a strange vision, or this doesn't really fit in because like Washington, D.C., that's not normal. You know what I mean? Unless you lived in Washington. But this is a great door. It doesn't really have a way to use it unless you were to just cut out the door and have it as an opening and you have something behind it. That's another way you could do it. And have things sticking out of the door, like pushing on it, or but it's a great image.
Glennis asked, how do you pick a background when you don't know what you're doing?
Well, that's because you have to go through, if you don't know what you're doing, you have to go through all of your stuff, pull things that you like, images that you like that speak to you. Like for instance, this one speaks to me, and it's got those two, it's got the weaving images in it, but this could easily be split in half. But I do love this image. So this one, you have to look at it in different ways and try to decide. A base one, you just got to look for something big enough that gives you enough things to change.
Right. So I think there's two, Margie's papers are silent. I think there's kind of two. I love that picture of that book. I think
so this is another one
to go about the background. One that I've seen, this one where we pick, and I'm looking for one big item to work off of. And then I've seen other artists do it where they just collage a background and then start working off that, and something might jump out on that, or it might end up completely covered by the time they're done. But put some blues up here as if it's sky, put some earth colors down here as if it's, ground.
Almost like we started out last time. Yes.
And then just start out collaging and just keep going.
If you put a mountain, or if you found a mountain climber, you could have it climbing up the side of a face. But you also have to look at the dimensions. A large face, a small person, climbing up the side.
Right.
Where's my little guy? What did I do with him?
Look what I just pulled out.
A tiny one for you guys to see, and I don't know what I did with it.
A book full of Lucy pictures.
Oh.
I love Lucy pictures.
I literally just made one of a kid on a tricycle, and I cut out big, huge monster ears and put on him.
Oh, cute.
So it's here. Because you know me, I literally put it aside so that I could show you guys, and now I can't.
Hello. What happened to me?
Let's
It's happened
see.
to 2 of you so far. You know, the other 2 of us are going to get it before the day's over.
Right,
It always
right.
happens.
Oh,
Here's
another-
an idea. Do a car, like the rear view window of a car, and see weird things in the car.
Yep. If you find people that are dancing or in weird poses,
Oh, yeah.
cut those out
Different
and
things
use
on
those.
their bodies, different heads on their
Right,
bodies.
exactly. Oh, this is the one that I had done with the mermaid. But see, isn't this like the most bizarre thing? But you add a whale tail on it or have it coming out of something, it makes it even weirder. A mushroom, you can do that too. Let's see.
Love Lucy, right, Margie?
Things can look like mushrooms really easily. For instance, here's a mushroom cloud. This is from a historical book, so it brings up bad memories of anybody who might have been in Japan when the mushroom cloud went. I'm sorry. But let's see. You could take this mushroom cloud. I picked the wrong one. And you could take one of these.
Look at this face.
Which is a round orb that's been on the picture. And you could make this the top of the mushroom and use the base of the mushroom cloud as the the base of the mushroom. This right here is an amazing picture because look at all the little butterflies in it.
Oh wow.
That would be great as a behind to put something on top of. You know what I mean? You don't have to put anything into it. It just that would be a great one to start. Like if I started and I cut this out and put that on top of that, because it will pick up the green there, and then I would decide from there where to go from. So I pulled this one out, and I think I might actually do that. And I may just cut this out here and stick it behind it. I like to do a lot of tucking in cutting rather than
just pasting on top.
Yeah, then cutting it all the way off and then having to find the piece again. And
I agree, Margie. She was so great. Lucy was. These are great pictures. Whole book of them. All right, so I'm looking for something to be a base. If I don't find something quickly, I will just start collaging one, I think. Let's see what's in this folder here. Creative ideas. So this technique requires too many magazine pics and not a good organizer, Margie says. And that is totally okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm finding them difficult to organize because every time I go look for something, I go through all the different categories that I've organized and I pull stuff out from each one. And then I all of a sudden end up with this whole pile of stuff that I then have to go resort.
Well, what are your categories?
People, animals, birds, butterflies, bees, things like that. Landscape, food, just kind of general, really general categories. But I'll pull a few out of this, few out of that, few out of that, and then I've got this pile. Okay, maybe.
See, and I go for shapes more than anything.
Oh.
So I always look for eyes.
Yeah. Look, Margie.
I always look for eyes.
Alice.
I look for smiles.
Okay.
That bacon looks like a smile to me.
Yeah, I agree. So your categories then are eyes, mouths, smiles.
And then if I'm looking for flowers, I'm just looking for colors.
Okay.
And then I make my flowers.
Okay.
And I go for shapes like spirals and hearts, stars. Leaves. I make my own.
Mm-hmm.
We're
going to do that as we need to do that as a Monday Jumpstart. You'll have to be on here with me to do that.
Butterflies.
One. That's a great way to make some collage fodder.
Butterflies.
Yep.
And just flowers out of magazines.
Do you, when you pull pictures out, Sylvia, do you sort them into different categories for storage?
Usually, and I'm going to tell the truth here. I go by what I feel like doing. Okay. If I want to paint that day, I'm going to paint with my brushes, my watercolors, my acrylics. So that's going to be a whole different. That's going to be either I've been inspired by the sunset, the moonset, the trees, something that's going on around outside.
Right.
If I feel like collaging, I will pull some images out, but mostly if I'm going to collage, it's going to be what colors am I going to be working with? Because again, I go with how I like to art with what I'm feeling that day, how my mood is, because especially when I do in my journal, I want to be able to reflect what it was that I was feeling that day with color. So that way, when I look back, I can say, oh, this was an off day. What was going on? Barometric pressure might have been high. Full moon might have been in effect, making us crazy, like it has been this past week for me.
Right.
Or wind. Sometimes when it's windy, you can get discombobulated too.
So then what are the categories you separate your images into that you have pulled? So then on any given day, you could, go to the images.
First of all, eyes. I love eyes. Eyes are my thing.
Category. Okay.
Eyes, smiles.
Okay.
Hearts.
Look at this smile.
There you go.
He's cute. And an eye.
Yep.
Eyes, smiles, hearts.
Yeah, and shapes. Spirals are my favorite also. But triangles can be amazing. And a lot of the different things that Dawn Marie said. I just don't like to keep too much fodder.
Right.
Because I've got
it's too hard to go through it when there's so much.
Yes. And again, that feeling of overwhelm.
Yes.
When we have too many different things, and then we go, what? I just found my eyes. This is what I was going to use.
See? I knew that they would pop up.
It was right in front of me.
Oh, that's funny.
I went in a different direction. I still have eyes and the smile, but yeah. So that's the whole thing. Just don't get overwhelmed. Remember, we're having fun. This is fun.
I pulled this smile out of a perfume ad.
Oh my gosh.
Big old mouth.
That's cool. The whole thing cut out over another face would look cool because it would look like the bottle was.
Oh, was the face, right. So I was thinking of taking something like this and then replacing some of their bodies and some of their heads.
But when you do that, you have to make sure that you have the same, unless you're really going bizarre and making huge heads. You have to make sure that they are the same. I just had the word. They're the same sizes. They're the same
in proportion.
Proportion. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for.
Well, I kind of like the bizarre where they're not the same proportion.
Okay.
But it depends on the picture.
Honestly. Well, yeah, that's why I said you could have like a big giant one. You might be able to do it if you do that sepapeady. You know what I mean?
There's a little kitty in there somewhere, Margie.
Yeah, you could use the kitty head on one of those. That's actually a pretty close head size for that.
Margie would have two categories, Alice and cats.
There you go.
Well, that's all
you can do wonders with Alice and cats. Absolutely.
That interests you, that's all you need. You can even draw a face like this. This is a Jane Davenport, just for you to practice watercolor. It's just you could draw a face and then the stuff in the hair or whatever. Oh,
Absolutely.
I love this face. Awesome. And this face very cute.
So right now what I'm doing is I took an artist. He was already painting something. I took a brush and replaced his arm. It's got red paint on it. So what I've done is I've found something that has red on it. So it will look like he's painting this sunset.
I also thought about taking a bird like a turkey or something and having the feathers be different things coming out.
I love those colors, DM. I love those colors, DM.
Thank you.
Yes.
I do too. I love even the pictures on the back, but I can give it up for this. So that, but as you see, he's sort of out here.
Yeah.
You know, and he really should start right there at the biggest part of the red, because it's sort of it certainly would
Right. Sorry, Margie.
So you could cut this in half, try to put it either to finish the picture off, or you find other colors like it and get it behind them as soon as you could.
There you go.
Sorry, Margie. We'll just talk about the puppy. Don't want to send Cuppy on a.
So you could do something like this.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
So I'm just going to do mine on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, which I will then glue into an art journal that has that size pages. Sarah is already going strong on hers.
No, I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yes, you do. You're just running with it.
Yeah. Let's see here. Well, considering that tomorrow is voting day, this might be. There's the ballot box, and they're voting here. Just realized that.
What are you voting on?
Some local stuff.
Mm.
Attorney General, things like that.
Has your sister had her voting done up there yet?
No, that will be November's selection. Yep.
So I also have this really cool picture here, but I'm not sure what you would do with it.
So you put a different head on each one of the.
Well, or I would use it as a background, I think.
Yeah.
You know.
You know what I would do, Dawn? I would cut out all of those little shapes with the head. And remember that shape that Marianne showed us?
Yep.
Yeah. They would all make little doll heads or doll bases.
Okay.
But again, we're not the fussy cutting queens that Glenna
No, I
is.
am not a fussy cutter.
I really should figure out how we can start sending our fussy cutting stuff to Glenna so she can, with return postage paid, so she at least could just put it back in.
True.
I'm sure she'd do it for us, right, Glennis?
So DM, Glennis wants to know if she's on the right track here. Okay, so she's got multiple things coming out as arms.
I don't know what the things are below the hands, but you don't just stick them on like that. You would hide it behind the doll, or you would tuck it up underneath to make it not just like they're floating on top of it. You've got to ground them to the piece.
The bird nest you put on as a hat.
Yep, that's great. The hat is great. The mushrooms look like they're floating on her shoulder, so you would want to try to tuck them behind something.
Maybe turn them upside down and have them coming out of her hair, like their hair that comes down in curls.
Yeah,
wings,
but it's got to go behind. You've got to go behind it. You can't just stick.
Cut a little slit and stick them up behind the hair that's already there.
Yep.
And the arms,
Exactly.
cut a little slit and stick it in so it looks like it's coming out of the
The
clothes.
things.
she's
Or
on.
yeah.
Are
Yep.
those different sequins for her eyes? That's a cute idea.
Yep. I really like that picture right there, Marianne. The one with the guy and the bird.
This one I do too. Yeah.
I mean, the
really-
bird would look great coming out of a lot of different things. You know,
Right.
he would make a great.
I almost hate to use it up because I only have the one, but it would
Right.
he's very cool. He could be coming out a lot of. I kind of want to. Oh, look on the back of it. That's awesome too.
Ooh, look at the colors.
Yeah.
See, that right there you would use for colors.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you would
Yep.
pull it for colors and then make
I end
something
up
else
just
out of
taking
it.
his head. I can use part of that for color.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Let me go back here. Buttons. Those are buttons on the eyes. I thought they were sequins.
But what it is that you're integrating things that normally wouldn't go together. So you've got to give them stability onto whatever picture that you're putting them on. So you've got to tuck them in. You've got to find a way to integrate them into the picture. If that makes sense.
Makes sense. Yep. Absolutely makes sense.
They just can't float unless you're on a planet with no gravity.
Stability from Sylvia. That's going to be interesting. Dawn Marie inspires me. That much I can say. For sure, for sure.
I just love how we are such a variety of talent. Everybody is inspiring. Everybody has their own strengths and experience. And I love just drawing on everybody's different things.
You guys don't need to bark. You know that's Uncle Colin. Tammy's barking. She doesn't realize.
That's why we're barking, Mom.
No,
Because it's Colin.
Cammy was barking. Cammy just started. Well, it's
right.
back now for a couple weeks. But she doesn't remember that Colin comes in and out of the driveway.
Like that's reason enough to bark.
Yeah.
Arf, arf, bow, wow, woof, woof, woof. Margie's jumping in with him. Bark at Colin.
His birthday party that my husband's band played at Saturday night was lots and lots of fun.
Cool.
There were 6 bands, and they were the last. Machine Gun Earl was the last band, so it was sort of fun. That was the first one I had been to in a long time. It took a lot out of me.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I had to spend the day on the couch,
Pulling things from magazines.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did all day.
That's awesome. So you actually accomplished something, building up your image
And
stack
I'm
while resting.
getting ready to watch season 2 of Dexter. I started.
So I want to know, when Mark got home yesterday, did he bring dinner?
No.
You?
No.
I know
No,
you
he
weren't
did
expecting it, but can always surprise you.
Yeah. No, he didn't. But we ended up having a snack.
Oh, cool.
I made myself some yogurt and frozen fruit, and he had made himself an omelet because we watched 2 coops of.
Oh, right.
chickens.
You got lots of
We
chicken.
had an abundance of eggs. So.
All right. Now I'm looking for. Oh, look at this cute little puppy. He's adorable.
Oh yeah. You could have, because of the way his arms are, he's a good one to cut out to put like going over like the edge of
like he's coming out, over the house or out the window or.
Exactly.
Okay. Oh, there's a whale tail.
Marianne, I would like to say one more thing about collecting collage fodder. I do have in the small trays that you sold before a lot of tiny fodder. That fodder I keep for my journal. That's the smaller tray.
Okay, so that's something you will show and tell about when we do your journal day. That's great. I didn't know that, so that's a good idea. It also helps me with keeping that.
I also separate out mine by sizes. I have mine in full page, and then I have like middle sizes, and then I do have tiny.
And I hadn't really thought much about that, so that's good for me to think about.
I wish I could find something for him to sit on.
Especially doing Sylvia's style of journaling that I'm doing now, because it's so much easier and so much more enjoyable.
It has to be fun for me to do it.
Exactly. For me to stick with it, it has to be fun. I'm over.
And it's my reward too, because there's so many things that we as women do throughout the day. Laundry, dishes, feed the dogs, clean the dogs, feed the cats, clean the cats, just attending to so many different things that my reward at the end of the day is, I took care of everybody that I love. I didn't kill anybody that I love.
That's success right there.
Success in one day. No harm, no foul. And and just being grateful for all the stuff that my flowers, my garden, my roses are just crazy right now.
Beautiful.
It's fresh fruit that Dawn was talking about, just the ability to have food and varieties of them. It's a blessing. It's worth noting. And seeing kitties with beautiful eyes like Glennis's kitties and Margie's kitty ladies. Yeah. I get my kitty fixes through you guys.
Me too.
Hey, Glennis, did you see the picture of the new kitty that's showed up at the one that I saved out of our AC unit? Do you think that he might be a snowshoe cat? He's got the sort of Asian look and the beautiful blue eyes. I was interested to see what you thought about that.
Oh, he does have beautiful blue eyes. That's the first thing I noticed.
And he's so friendly. He's almost, he sort of goes a little limp, almost like a rag doll, but I don't think he's a rag doll.
There's a ragdoll cat?
Yes.
Oh, they just ragdolls in your arms when you pick it up?
Yep.
Oh, cute.
Oh, that would kill me. That would just,
I have no idea.
I wouldn't want to move. I would sit there with the baby all day.
Right.
Nothing would get done.
I had a chicken.
Ooh, maybe I need to invest
in a ragdoll cat, right? Yeah. I had a chicken that loved to be held, and then when you set her down, like you set her down facing away on her feet, and she would just flop like a face plant.
Yeah. That's exactly what they do. When Mark and I first got together, I wanted to go buy a ragdoll cat.
Oh wow!
This was before I got into rescue,
right?
And we even went and looked at kittens, but we just thought
I've
it was
never heard of them.
stupid expensive.
Right.
They wanted like $1,000, and this was like 20 years ago.
Wow.
So he's like, let's just look for a long-haired cat. But I still watch ragdoll stuff because I just think that they are the coolest cats.
That is cool.
They're just like big roly-poly pieces of mush.
Yeah.
Mush.
Yeah, we love that. We called our chicken Floppy because she just flopped. She just flopped around, and then she'd flop on the ground when you set her down. It's Floppy. That sounds like a fun cat. I pulled all these big ones. Now I need some small faces. Oh, her face will be perfect.
Who all is doing along with us?
We know Glennis is. Anybody else? We know Margie is not. Margie's hungry now. Oh, we know Margie's not. We know Glennis is.
Well, whoever, just make sure you leave your comment and then post your work on
Yes, in the group, Happy Paper People Facebook group. Well, we've got a bunch of people here that are not commenting because I'm hoping it's because they are busy collaging with us. I hope you're trying it. The kind of fun thing about it, I mean, I've never done this before, but as I'm, trying it, I feel much freer than doing some other things because when you look at those things, it's like Margie said, they're just bizarre. They're just weird. And that's kind of the fun. It doesn't matter how bizarre, how weird it is. It doesn't look wrong because it's supposed to look bizarre and weird.
Right.
And to me, that makes it easier to do because then it doesn't, I don't know. It just frees me up that it's not going to be wrong. Does that make sense at all?
Yes, it does.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. That's so funny.
And it goes back to what we're calling this month, imagination, which is this is you're using your imagination.
Yes.
And the freeing part of it is that we're not having to make sure it's perfect.
Right.
Because
Expanding
as far as I'm concerned, this dog sitting out in the sun with a bacon smile, thinking about a bone.
That is
perfect.
so cute with the bacon smile. Love that.
I think I might draw a little tongue coming out of it. We'll see. I got to finish this sun. It's overlapping. And the reason I asked if anybody was doing along with us is because I want to let our sisters know that I was gifted a whole bunch of random stamps. This lady was purging her stash. If you're interested in receiving a surprise from me, I know our rack list still isn't up yet, but it should be soon. When it does come up, make sure you get your names on there because I would like to
send out some rack.
Maybe put some photos on Facebook on our website and see if anybody's interested in any one particular thing.
That's very generous of you. That's awesome.
Yes,
thank you.
Well, I saved all of the Halloween ones for someone that I will not name.
Someone she knows that loves Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, more than me or as much as me.
Right. I am determined to do something Halloween this year. I never bother, and it goes by so fast, and there's always so much going on, and I just don't. But I am determined to do something Halloween this year. To
me, Halloween is kicks off the season of giving, and I understand it's a pagan holiday, and a lot of people don't. I get it. I understand that. However, put a fun twist on it. This is where you start giving. We start by giving out candy to random strangers.
That's right.
And then in November, we're thankful for all the stuff that we handed out to random
And we
strangers.
give more food to random
Then
strangers.
in December, we give and get stuff from random
Mhm.
strangers. So, and I'm referring to random strangers, family members too. That's what
Right.
happens.
That's
And
funny.
I just love the season of giving. I love it
Mm-hmm.
because I love to
I do
give.
too. I just wish people could be like that all year round. And that feeling that we have.
That was Charles Dickens' quote, right? I will always hold the Charles Dickens. He had a quote resembling something about Christmas.
Like that? Okay.
We'll do it all year long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. I knew Don.
Yeah. Yeah. Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Can't post pictures. The computer doesn't like my camera. I know, Margie. That's sucks.
21st century. Don't you just love it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I'm not a student in 21st century because now you can get AI to write your reports for you. Used to we would plagiarize. We would plagiarize. Now we don't even have to. We just tell AI, "Hey, come up with this," and it hooks us up.
And sometimes it's considered art.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think there's a place for it to integrate, and if you use it where you can still be, I mean, design is an art, and so if you take things and you design them by using AI, I think that's okay. That's a place, but yeah, it is tough. Just having AI just do it for you is, yeah.
My thought is if you say, "Hey AI, make me a dog that looks like a turkey." Okay, so you put that down and then you embellish on top of it and you make it your own, then use AI that way.
Yes, I agree with Dawn Marie.
But if you're just going to put that down as your page, then
you didn't really create it.
It's flat and yeah.
And flat is fine. Some people, that's what they want. It's okay. It's just hard to accept people claiming that as their own if it really isn't, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Not going to get into a huge AI debate. So moving on.
No,
I know. It's hard. I know. It's hard. And there's so many opinions, and I started it. Sorry. I'll take responsibility for starting it.
Well, I ran with it, so it's okay. I'm a carrier.
Thank you. My sister who will always pick me up and carry me.
Absolutely.
That looks sort of like a roof, doesn't it? Or people are picking on it.
All right, let's see.
Let's see what we can see.
Okay, this is Glynis is moving on here. Whoops, wrong one. Sorry. Here's Glynis changes.
Oh, look. Oh, she's cool. She almost looks like
very
Caroline's
good. Yeah.
other mother. Yeah.
Yeah.
From the story Caroline.
Yeah. Coraline.
Coraline.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jen. Oh, gosh, I love her.
Christy. Hi, Christy.
Christy's here.
I came in hearing that flat is fine. I take offense to that. Christy, we're doing Surrealist collage. Grab some stuff and do it with us. For sure.
Christy's my favorite card maker.
Oh, yeah. She's good at that. And Christy, if you want to afterwards, go back and watch the first half hour where we DM showed a lot of things so that you could become very acquainted with what it is and how it works and how to go about doing it. And I know that there are different approaches. You know, there's a lot of different stuff out there, but you don't have a clue as to where to start or how to start or what it even is. I thought we'd just give you a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
A little bit of Monica.
That's what I was thinking, but I didn't go there. I'm trying not to. There's a song for every word. There's a song for every word.
I'm just grateful that I can remember songs, because this business about, I can remember lyrics, I can remember songs, melodies, can't remember a password, can't remember where stuff, I put stuff, walk and I put things down, then I can't find them.
Right.
And that whole retracing my steps again, now I get lost going back to retrace my steps.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, passwords don't even count and stuff like that. I mean, come on. There's no remembering passwords. It's just especially when, even if you use kind of sort of the same thing, and then this one tells you you have to have a this and a that and a that with it, and so you add something to it, and then that one says you need this and a that and a that plus that, and so you add, and then, you know, pretty soon you have no clue how you've distorted it and what it could even
I'm
be.
talking about whenever you have to deal with an insurance agency or something. And,
Right.
Can you give us your online ID?
No,
And
because my computer remembers it, so I don't even have to use it to log in. So no, I do not remember it.
but then, like I say, I've given you my account number. You verified my date of birth. Do you need to see birth scars too? What's the deal? Don't understand. Don't understand.
Yep.
And I always like to start the conversation with, "Are you senior friendly?"
I do love that, and I forget it. I forget to use it.
Yep. Like I told you, Sarah, pretty soon I'm going to start carrying a cane.
That's a great idea.
They already think I should carry one. I've fallen twice, you know.
Hey, use it. You can always whack a person or hook them.
That's
Come
true.
here. When I tell you to come here, come here. My mother would do it all the time to me. She was so much fun. I loved it.
Sarah, just hang around with Sylvia. She'll teach you how to be a good senior.
Don't make me go to Florida. No. Where are you, Sarah?
Ohio.
I'm in Ohio.
Oh, that's right. I have a cousin, a lost cousin in Ohio. I've
I'm
always
your
wanted
lost cousin. Oh no, I'm your sister. You can come visit me anytime.
Absolutely. Cincinnati was my favorite, still remains my favorite city as far as the buildings. That's where I got introduced to gargoyles and the beautiful masonry. I was one of those, Glennis will understand. I was walking around like a zombie with my mouth open, looking up, just amazed at the artwork that generation provided us.
Right.
Amazing, remarkable stuff.
Yeah.
Love Cincinnati. Love Cincinnati.
Well, my nephew and niece, nephew and his wife, who live in Cleveland, just had a baby a couple days ago.
Cleveland rocks. Cleveland
Yeah, right.
Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks.
The home of who?
Drew Carey.
That's right. Well, I pulled out all these big images, and now I need some really small heads.
Yeah, and that's the way to go. You start with.
Springfield is the home of John Legend. Did you know that?
No.
Oh, neat.
Is that right?
Seems to me there are a couple famous people from Springfield. I like John Legend.
He's good, yes.
I'm amazed at the patience that he has with his wife.
Tia Carrera or whatever her name is.
Whatever.
Why? What does she get into?
I'm
I
just
don't
saying
pay
she's a
attention.
little.
Strange one.
She's a little.
Is she?
She's fun. She's fun.
She a strange one?
She's just fun.
Hmm. Um.
Any other man would have been exasperated by her because of her
Chrissy Teigen.
Chrissy
yes,
Teigen, that's what it is.
her uniqueness.
I kept thinking Christy, and I knew it wasn't Christy.
She's definitely unique.
Okay.
I liked her on the one where they have the sing off.
Oh,
Have you
I
ever
like
seen
that.
that
Yes.
where they do the
Yes.
2 stars that come out and she
Yeah.
Yep.
the DJ for that or whatever?
The MC.
Yep.
Lip sync.
Was she the MC for the sing off?
She was like what she's I guess no, because LL
She was in the
Cool J
panel,
was the MC and she was like
Okay.
the person that spun the records, or I don't know how she was up, they played off
okay.
each other. I don't know how you would consider
Right.
that.
Like the sidekick.
Yeah. I don't know how you would.
The DJ sidekick. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Gotcha. Christy loves Chrissy Teigen. She's hilarious. She's
She
boisterous
is.
when it says.
Yes, she
Bob
is.
Newker likes Cleveland. Stevens Point is the home of their very important person. Yes, it is. One of my dearest friends is in Stevens Point. Love that place. Besides, they have a super cute little small town downtown, and I love that. I love the small town downtown, the hometown that you just hardly see anymore. I love those. All right, let's see. What we're doing here.
What are you laughing about all by yourself?
My people.
Okay.
My peeps on the picture. And might end up being too big. I need another small one for this guy.
How long have we been on?
1 hour.
Why
we
you
talked
already?
It's a marathon again.
A marathon.
It's a marathon again.
Oh, marathon. Yeah, only an hour. We talked for a while at the beginning, so we didn't get started right away. But what do I need here? I need a couple smaller faces. Oh, that could be a good one. I've never done so much fussy cutting in my life.
Yeah, this is one for fussy cutters. This is
And all the little teeny tiny heads. Why did I choose to do heads and faces?
Hi, Glennis.
Yeah, Glennis is like, yay, love the fussy cutting. The rest of us are like,
I don't mind
Okay.
it.
I don't mind it. It just takes so dang long.
mm-hmm.
And, you know, honestly, like if I do one thing, but if I'm having to fussy cut every single thing, then I'm like, it's so slow.
This is definitely something for somebody who wants to take their time and create
Yes, exactly.
a
And have
work
fun.
of art, because you're not just slapping things together. You're using your mind to fit things together. It's like
You're
doing a puzzle.
building.
Right. Creatively creating.
Creatively creating. Yeah. That's it.
All right. What else do I need? I need a teeny tiny head for that man. Little cowboy head. That'll work. Yeah. I suppose if you're like Glennis and you already had containers of fussy cut things,
Yes. If you were like Glennis and already had a ton of fussy cut stuff, you probably
you could
could
be
do this.
just looking through them and finding the things to add on.
Exactly.
Well, let's not forget that Glennis's forte is zombies. She's doing a version of collage, surrealistic collage in a zombified nature.
Yes,
That is true.
that is very true.
So, lest we forget.
And we were just
She's-
admiring her fussy cutting skills.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But no, there's more.
Yes, that's right.
Now, what I admire is her enjoyment of fussy cutting.
Yes.
Well,
I do.
everybody has their little
Things that they
calling.
enjoy doing. I admire her enjoyment of fussy cutting. That was not meant to be facetious.
Oh, no. Comprende. Hi, Nintendo.
Margie likes fussy cutting until her eyes start going bad. Oh, and liked. Yeah. Understandable. Christine needs more practice with fussy cutting. Did y'all know the term fussy cutting started with quilting? It was actually cutting squares from cloth that had something in them that a person wanted as the center of a block.
Yeah.
Really? I thought it came from Glennis.
Oh, no. Were you serious?
Sorry.
No, were you serious?
No. I just would love to give her credit.
Right.
If it's
Yeah,
all
no.
Glennis.
Right. Sorry, Glennis.
Glennis, you're my friend.
Okay.
Oh, Canada.
I don't know why that always cracks me up. Wherever she is, Sylvia stands at attention with her hand over her art. Oh, okay, that's good. I got to get something for her. Half a face there. I'm not sure that the cat is working right there, but these guys are working right here. Let's get them down.
You know how they got their name, Canada, right? The men were standing around a bucket full of letters, and we said we're going to pull them out. And as we pull the letters out, we'll name our country.
Well,
First letter was C, eh?
right.
N. A.
That was good.
D. The one thing I love about Canada is I don't care how humble the home, their gardens are beautiful. The home garden is always well cared for. There isn't any trash, rubbish, or anything like that because there's a hefty fine if you are a litter bug.
Yep.
There are no litter bugs in Canada. And I love seeing 2 languages displayed at all time.
Right.
English and French. Although our country is pretty close to having, but if I start seeing Spanish on the roadway, that's it. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know about you ladies, whether you know it or not, but my son is visiting for the summer. He always comes up here. And as much as I would like to hang around with you, I smell lunch.
And he's a good cook. I had to say that. Now we're all hungry. We don't have a son here to cook for us.
Even though I'm not through with my son, S-U-N, here's my dog with his beautiful eyes and his bacon smile, dreaming of his bone food, the
That's
spirals,
awesome.
which I love, and my son, the son needs a face, but I'll work on that, because I might put my blue eyes that I found that I was supposed to use. I might put the blue eyes on this. But there's my happy dog.
Find one big eye. Find one big eye.
One big eye. Yeah.
On one eye in an ad. I like his nose.
Yeah, it's the bottom half of the lady's.
Yep.
It's the one that I posted on where Glennis announces our
in our
Monday Jumpstart
chat groups for HPP.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Sylvia, for being here.
Oh, thank you for letting me play.
Of course. We look forward to, nothing next week. And then the following week, the next Monday Jumpstart, will be Sylvia and journaling. Trust me, you don't want to miss it.
No.
Her way of keeping a daily journal is something different than any I've ever done. And I'm loving it. I've been doing it all month long.
I can't wait to learn it because I need to journal.
Yeah. And but you need it to be easy. And,
Here's the other one that I did with eyes.
Oh, yeah. Love that one.
And the theme, of course, rest and relax. And she's looking at her time to rest and relax.
There you go.
Always self-care. Sarah, good to hear your voice. Thank you for being here. You're so wonderful to be such a steady Freddy with us. I really appreciate it.
Yes.
It's all right. Thank you.
All right. Talk to you later soon.
Enjoy lunch.
Make sure you guys post, check that you saw us, and please leave a comment. It helps our numbers.
Thumbs up and leave a comment because it helps us be found. Yep.
Have a good lunch, Sylvia.
Thank you, Sarah. Love you guys. DM.
Bye.
You have my heart. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye.
Yeah, Sylvia is abandoning us for food. Yes, she is. We know where we stand.
I can understand that. If it's the right food, I'd be abandoning it too. Like Thai food.
Oh, yeah.
That Thai food was the best.
Oh, my goodness.
Best I'd had in a long time.
Really? Oh, anytime.
Since I moved from Oregon.
Wow. Anytime you want to come here, we'll go get Thai every day. I could have it every day.
I love that Thai too.
It is. Yeah, it's the best. It is really, really good. Let's see here. Need to get this. It must have felt like the longest hour ever if she was smelling food cooking.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, nobody's cooking for me. There's nothing smelling good.
Me either.
We go have our peanut butter sandwiches together, Sarah.
Yeah, I'll probably just have a salad.
Yeah, me too, actually. A prepackaged salad.
Yep.
All right, I'm really liking that face on him, and he's in the back, so his has to go down first.
Covered up that bird.
He looks a little freaked out. Well, guys, I have been, I know I haven't been very active in the group. And that's because I have been focusing every spare moment on getting my studio organized, because I know it'll be harder to do with one arm. It's,
Yep.
especially when the other shoulder is not far behind it. So after we get through July and the things we've already got planned and come out of recovery and things are going well, get ready, because we're going to be trying and doing lots of stuff. I have found everything that I couldn't find for the last couple of years. I found it all. I'm organizing it all. And I am so ready to play and experiment with things that I haven't used before or that want to try in many different ways. And ready for some fun. I'm really tired of cleaning and organizing right now and would really love to just have some fun. But
I know that feeling. I've been doing a lot of organizing.
Yep.
It's a never-ending battle.
yeah,
Yep.
not quite ready to end, though, because I want to have it all completed so that after surgery I can sit down and relax and not be looking around at all the things that need to be done.
Right.
I don't blame you.
More. Yeah, I don't. If I do that, then I'm going to sit here and go, "Oh, I could just do that. I could just do that." I can, and then I'll get up and
you're gonna hurt your
things.
shoulder, and
Yeah.
then
I'll get going way too early, too fast, and expend energy that should be spent healing.
Yep.
And I know me, so I'm trying to prep for that. What do I need? I need something for this lady's face here. Just a little bit of a face. A half a face. That guy's funny. He's cracking me up. Let's see. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm thinking of all different ways that you could do it, and I'm thinking, oh, now I want to do a couple of others. One with like this style or that style or theme, or you get all these ideas going.
Yep. Yep. And really, it's just using your imagination and going beyond.
Yes.
Looking at things as something other than what you're used to.
Beyond what you see.
Yep.
And I like, the definition of looking at its shape and form. So what it could be, not just at
Mhm.
what it is very specifically. Maybe I give her a My Little Pony face or head. I don't know why I have this anyway. That'll work.
No, that ain't gonna work either.
Yeah, I feel much freer doing this than some of the other things. Because some of the other things I feel like, oh, it needs to be like this, and I don't know, if I'm going to be able to do it right or well. And this, I'm like, it doesn't matter. There's no, it needs to be like this or has to be like that. It's just the bizarre and the weirdo coming out.
Yes.
Makes it easier, doesn't it?
I don't know
Sure
about
does.
that. I don't think I've got the concept right.
Well, let's see what you've done so far, Sarah. Oh no, that's good. I like it.
Wow. Sarah, of
No,
course you
that's
have the
great,
concept right.
Sarah.
Yes, it is.
That is amazing. Great job.
Sarah doesn't have the concept right. Yeah. She's got it just fine. Just fine.
Well, thank you.
So mine I haven't put on a piece of paper yet. I am playing with it as a mass. Mass.
Yeah. I put my background onto a piece of paper, and then I've been playing with it on top of that. I've just been moving things around and trying them out. But my background, because it was one big picture.
Right.
Now I added her on, but she just really doesn't look bizarre enough.
Something else. Nothing else.
Okay. Let's see. Now, do some arms or hands.
That's okay. I'll do it this way and I'll cut it off. And I am just putting dots of glue on because it's not 100% yet. Like, I don't know if this is where I'm going.
That allows you to be able to move it.
It allows me to move it.
Yep. I'm looking for some animals with arms and arms and legs things. Oh, that would have been a good face. Okay. There is no right and wrong in any art. That's very true, Margie. We do tend to forget that, though, and judge our own stuff a little harshly. Our own work. Look how cute this is.
Let me see. Oh, yeah.
What is it?
That's cute. Picture of all the puppies and kitties.
Oh, neat.
Very cute. Yeah, we do tend to judge our own too harshly. We don't give ourselves the allowances we would give someone else. Or we don't judge with the same eyes as we would look at someone else's. Does anybody watch Rocky Tanaka?
Who?
Margie asked, anybody watch Rocky Tanaka? Margie, is he on YouTube? YouTube artist? I have not watched him.
I don't know who that is. Oh,
I
dog
did-
rescues.
Oh,
Oh,
Did y'all ever watch that show called The Cat from Hell?
the cat
Yes.
from hell?
I
No,
love that show.
no.
It's very good.
Oh, okay. Never watched it.
There's this guy that's an expert about helping kitties deal
Ooh.
with problems.
Oh. There's, yeah, all those shows with the guys that are the experts on cat or dog and can take a crazy wild one and in 15 minutes tame it.
Oh, it
So it's
takes
worth
longer than
thinking
that.
I was just going to say, that's just
I
TV
know, but, you know,
time.
yeah,
it
exactly.
takes 6 months or a year for them to
Yeah.
get to the point where they got them that way.
Yeah. Christy, I took an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper because I'm going to glue it into an art journal that is that size. I thought it would be easier to work on this though than on the journal itself. And I just pulled a page out of a magazine because I happened to come across this one that had all these people. And so I wanted to do something with all these people, make them all different. And so I've got their heads in place. I love that one. I've got their heads in place, but I would like to do something more with some of the bodies or the arms. If I can find things that will work. That white cat looks terrified. It does, doesn't it? That's because it saw who she's voting for. It's terrified. Oh, look at that. Oh, feathers make good arms too.
Yes.
That arm would actually work right there. And that could be her other one hanging down. Oh, wow. All right. I'll have to keep that out. That might work for her. Well, giggle.
we're thinking when we have quiet time, guys. So
Yeah, I'm not finding anything there, so I'm thinking about what can I use? What can I substitute? What I was thinking. Yeah, this is the kind of collage that you don't just sit down and slap together. It takes some thought and some auditioning things, setting them here, putting something else there, moving it over there, you know, trial and error to see what actually looks best to you. What works where. All right. I don't know what magazine this came out of, but I've got this recipe here. And it says spaghetti recipe for a successful collage. From a seminar, it's from a seminar by Jonathan Talbot. No idea how old it is or where it came from. Do you want to hear the spaghetti recipe for a successful collage?
Sure.
Step 1, choose your noodles. There should be more noodles than anything else in the collage, and they should be rather bland. Choose paper for the noodles that is similar in color or texture to the background. Step 2, choose your sauce. The sauce should have some punch and should be 1/2 of the portion of your noodles. That's not how I eat sauce on my noodles.
no.
Not 1/2.
I actually like just a little bit of sauce with my noodles.
Really? I'm the
Yeah,
opposite. I like a lot of bit of sauce.
I like sauce with my bread.
Yep, that too.
I just
Not much.
yeah, I just don't really care for a lot of sauce.
Yeah.
It's like when I get a pizza, I tell them to make the sauce that they put on the pizza light.
Okay. Huh. My son always. Go ahead. My son always wanted just the spaghetti noodles with butter.
That's
I've had that too.
And I like that. Butter and Parmesan cheese.
When I'm not feeling good and I need to eat something, I'll make some noodles and do the same thing. Butter,
Parmesan
some
cheese. Yep. Nice and bland, but boy, that tastes good. Maybe even a tiny bit of salt, but that is really good. But I do like sauce. I like tomato-based sauce that are full of veggies, whether they're all blended up or chunky. I like them both, but I like them full of veggies. When I make sauce, I use my homegrown basil and oregano and parsley and things like that, and it makes a huge difference on the flavor. I just like, I like a lot of sauce with a little bit of carbs. But I do like it on the bread. I do like it on the pasta. Step 3 is Romano cheese. The cheese adds zest and complexity to the dish. Choose a small amount of accent color or shapes. Step 4, Parmesan cheese. Another cheese adds more complexity to the flavor and balance of the dish. Choose another component that will balance the Romano cheese component. Step 5, garlic. The garlic. This is the final touch. You don't need much, a hint or maybe a punch, but don't overwhelm the piece. Don't overwhelm the piece. In this piece, 2-inch circles are the garlic, even though I have smaller size circles in a neutral color. The picture of the piece is not here, so I don't know which one he's talking about, but I actually made pasta sauce last night. I can't call it spaghetti because we didn't have any spaghetti noodles. Made it over penne, but made a meat pasta sauce and went heavy on the garlic. We love garlic.
mm-hmm.
I had one of those jars from Costco of the minced garlic all ready to go. You just have to spoon it out.
Yeah.
And I took a big soup spoon and dug in and got just a heaping spoonful and dropped it in, and Doug was stirring for me. And he looks at me like, go again. So I reached in and got another one, just heaping, and put it in. You could actually see the garlic. There's so much in there. And then we're eating, and he goes, I don't think I taste the garlic.
Yeah.
You got to be kidding, honey. It's there. Don't get too close to anybody. You probably have really bad garlic breath, but it is so good. It is good. Love garlic. Lots of garlic. All right. So I'm still looking for, these arms might work, but I want some arms for him as well.
Oh, I think it just dropped down to the ground. It did.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
And let's get this one. I have to use these images up, right? So that I make room for more magazines to make their way into my life. As I gave away or tossed or donated all my magazines. So I've got a few, and I'm being not afraid to use the pictures that are in them. And more are showing up. Just ask at your doctor's or dentist's office, by the way, guys. I was there a couple weeks ago, and I just said, hey, what do you do with your magazines when they get old or when the new ones come in? And he's like, we just throw them away. Do you want them? Yeah. If you go to more than one.
Next time you throw them away.
Huh?
Let me know the next time you throw more away.
Yeah. If they'll actually take the time to let you know.
Yeah.
It'd be very cool.
You got to stop in and ask them like 8 million times.
Or call. Yeah.
Yes, or call.
Let's see. Having a hard time seeing the color on this one because it's all very similar. Okay. Left some of that.
Okay, so sometimes when you piece things together, you have to have a good seam. Usually making a wavy seam helps because this was just a flat seam. So I cut what was on the back off. And I'm adding waviness across this so that this doesn't look as cut. You see how that looks very cut? So it makes it wavy to go across it. It sort of makes your eye see it as not being so sharp.
Okay. That's cool.
From a cut.
I can make that work. It is. way shorter than her arm. And a lot of these things, if you're just gonna like slice it to slide something underneath or inside an arm or a sleeve or a collar or something, it's much easier to just cut that with a blade than trying to get it with scissors. All my magazines are crochet or card making, which I keep. Oh, Christy, I could eat the sauce on rice too. I could totally eat pasta sauce on rice. Pasta sauce on anything. Doctors and dentists don't have magazines anymore due to COVID. I've noticed that some of them never came back with them, and others did. Let's see.
Plus, most people can read things off their phones now, and they don't
That's true.
necessarily want that in there.
You might also check with the library, because most of the libraries, I mean, they carry a lot of magazines, so they either toss them or sell them. And if they'll sell them for 50 cents or $1, that's not a bad deal.
No, it's not.
Especially if you are getting to choose, like they have all these magazines and you only get them if you want. You look at it and it's got, really good pictures that you can use a whole bunch of. In there. There we go. Need to cut her shoulder so I can slide an arm underneath there, inside there. Cut. Yes, it did. All right. Let's see. Love to learn how to crochet. It's just so pretty. It is pretty easy. I learned as a kid too, and I figure if we could learn as a kid that it's easy. I think crocheting is easier than knitting. Do you, Margie? Do you do both, DM?
Yes.
And
Sarah,
I can only crochet. My
Okay.
knitting never works.
Well, so you think crocheting is
both.
easier?
I think that I can count easier and keep up with knitting easier because it's right on the stick.
Oh, really?
When it's crocheting, I get my numbers mixed up as to where I am.
That's interesting, because I find crocheting, I don't have to focus as hard. I can do it mindlessly, where knitting, I have to really pay attention, and count way more. Crocheting is very repetitious, and it's usually not a super long series.
True. Yeah,
So
I just think
do it a time or two, but yeah, knitting is right there where you can count. You could look at your
and figure out where you were at. Where is it?
and count. Yeah.
Crocheting, you have to go backwards. You have to pull out until you can find your spot. Knitting, I can count my way back to where I was.
Mindless crochet depends on the pattern. Yes. They're not all mindless, but if it's just something really basic, or a pattern it's not a very long pattern and it repeats over and over, once I've got that pattern down, then I can just do that without paying super close attention. But I do have to pay attention or I'll end up going rogue and doing something. My hands will do something that they're not supposed to do. Or skip a step, skip a stitch or something. All right, that totally isn't working. So I'm going to save those for something else. And still see if I can find some. There's a Neiman Marcus 1996 Christmas book. But I can't do like stick arms.
Doll parts in there or something like that.
Let's see. Oh, those canes are cool. Have fallen asleep while crocheting. I'm with you, Margie. I'm totally with you. It's like reading a book. You could fall asleep while reading a book, even though you're focusing on it. I could focus on crocheting and fall asleep. Then I have to go back and look at it and see if right before I fell asleep, if I stitched something wonky. Because that would be very likely. All right, so let's see. Some animals. Where did my animals go? There's a cute kitty cat. Not in there. That's for sure. Okay. Nice. Lucy book doesn't have animals. Look at that one. Ooh, that looks good. Strawberry shortcake. Yeah. Like cream puffs kind of things.
Yeah.
My mom used to make cream puffs like that when I was a kid. Fresh strawberries and whipped cream. Yum. Interesting. Jamaica. I could have made this guy sitting here a gorilla. That'd have been cute. Oh, look at the cat in the gorilla arms. Little kitty cat.
Didn't Coco always have a kitten as her best friend?
That's probably who this is. This is Coco.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, she did. There she is. Kitten. That, I'm sure, came out of Nat Geo. Look at that. The article's titled Coco's Kitten.
Nah.
Out of a
Probably one of the ones I actually remember reading because I always thought that was
funny.
amazing that she had her own kitten.
Coco had a pet.
That was cute.
See, Margie said the same thing. That might be Coco. And it is, where is this? That one's animals. Let's see if there's any. Well, I don't know. Maybe. Hmm. I don't know. I'm trying to find something to replace some body parts with. And I'm not having much luck.
Do you have any vegetable books? Maybe put a cucumber or something.
Oh, that would be cute.
Yep.
There is, I have a Eating Well magazine. Might be something in there. Because I think it's a good start, but I don't think it's enough. Just having replaced all the heads.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I need some things hanging from up here.
You can replace if there's any lights in there. I don't know if there's any lights in the picture.
There aren't any. There are a couple of windows, the stairs, the table with the ballot box, and
the window. Even though it's small, you could put something in the window frames.
Margie says a challenge. Without looking, pick a page and use an element from it. Ooh. Yeah, Margie, I was reading it. The DM was talking. I wasn't going to interrupt her.
Sorry.
No, I asked and you were answering. But Margie said now to get her attention because she didn't think I was seeing it. But I was. But I was seeing it.
Okay.
I'm looking for the Eating Well magazine that I just set down here. See if there's something.
This is my picture.
Hang on, let me make you full screen.
It's not on anything but this. So
okay,
I'll probably do
that's
it.
all right. Mounted on something.
So I changed his arm with a red brush, and then I found something with red in the background.
Like it.
And then I kept trying to find as much blue and stuff that I could find to go along with the yellow and the red and the blues. So it's almost like this skyrocket is going off into like a cloud empire with a sandy castle. And he's drawing the red sky.
Very cool. I like that. Like, fits together very well. It's odd, but
it goes well together.
Right, yeah. It doesn't go, yet it goes. It's not normal, but it goes together. It wouldn't ever be there together, but yet it goes together.
Right.
Okay, I could put a little lady doing yoga right here on the floor. And she's little tiny. See if that would work.
There's one of my arms for this one. Where's my other arm for?
Okay, there she is. She could be doing yoga right down there. It's a little weird. Or at the top of the stairs. Or coming down the stairs. She could be doing it right in front of the stairs. All right. I'm looking for. Oh, this just made me think. Great big turkey or chicken turned on end would make great people bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Those might be too small, not full enough. Glynis doesn't like me.
Why?
He told Margie to throw darts at me.
Oh,
That would be painful.
that would be very painful.
You only throw darts at somebody you don't like. Right?
Right.
Ooh, there's a couple good recipes in here. Well,
I
there's
was
some
finding
good
a lot of
pictures.
recipes last night when I was going through stuff. I was like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
that sounds good."
Yeah, there's some good
That sounds
pictures. They look like good recipes. Haven't seen any giant vegetables yet.
Or just
Bummer.
vegetables in general.
Or no, and yeah. Plates of food, bowls of food.
You probably need a garden magazine.
Yeah, which I don't have. There's an avocado. Not long enough for them. I'm not really liking looking through the magazine 5 times.
But sometimes that's what you got to do to.
Right. For a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Not looking at it, actually enjoying the looking. I'm just, okay, here's a half of an apple. Actually, I thought there was another one where there was a whole apple from the outside. So maybe I could cut that apple in quarters and give somebody I don't know. Maybe that's going too far and just going to ruin it.
Like I always say, sometimes you have to walk away from it and come back to it.
I might need to. I could put something weird hanging up on the wall if I find the right weird. Let's see. There's a baby elephant. Oh, here's the body of the llama I cut off from that other one that I did. Or not a llama, I forgot what they called it. Ooh, that would work for her. No, it might be from Australia, but it's a whole different kind of animal that I've never heard of. It looks just like them. That might work for her, huh? For this one right here. Because, let's see. Yeah, that might. Let me cut it out and see. I thought it was a llama or alpaca, but it has a different name. I have to find that piece of the magazine and look at it. Some name that I have never heard of. Got to be in the same family, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so that kind of sort of works. It doesn't cover her shoulder. Doesn't work for her for sure. Doesn't work for him. Could work over here. I could put it here and then just cut off that much. With
yeah, you could do that.
the My Little Pony head, that would actually work the best.
Yep.
Maybe that's what he's all freaked out about. Lampaka. Yeah, right.
A what?
A lampaka, Margie says. Lampaka. Like a llama paca.
Oh, I gotcha.
Llama alpaca.
And Glennis said, geez, they would be Velcro darts. Well, that's not a dart if they're Velcro, silly. You throw Velcro balls. But I'm not Velcro. They're not going to stick to me. Oh, my goodness. That works perfect with that My Little Pony head.
So you could just extend the whole picture on the right-hand side if you needed to just add the chicken. Find some curtains or, you know what I mean? Something that could be added in the background on that side.
And if I cut it off, then
yeah, well, you could do that
work.
too.
Yeah. I kind of wanted to fit on the page of that journal, and I kind of want to fill up that journal, I think, with this type of collages when I'm feeling those weird moments or have a bunch of stuff sitting on my desk. Just put them together and then see how my style evolves as I do it more. Since I've never done it, I don't really know. Or I don't know. I might do it a second or third time and decide I don't like it at all.
It changes every time.
Yeah, it's true. All right. So got one there. Could probably cut that and put him behind her for him. Uh-oh, I picked that up. Where did I dump my little yoga lady? I lost my yoga girl. Yeah, there she is. I didn't glue her down because I'm not sure about her yet. What do you think of her out here doing yoga in the middle of the floor?
Down the stairs would be better.
Up here.
At the top of the landing, if you can get her behind those people.
Yeah.
Even if you cut that leg off because it's behind the thing, you'll
right.
Be like,
yeah, I could get her behind that.
Yep.
Something sitting on this table. Now I'm starting to think about, okay, so what could be sitting on the table? What that might be freaking that cat out?
Scarecrow's head, skeleton.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, so remember how I had said this stump would look good with this butterfly picture?
Right.
See how I cut behind it so it would make it look like one picture?
Oh yeah. That looks very cool.
So I'm not placing these down yet because I may find things to put behind it.
Right.
But that made the two pictures.
That is cool. Yeah. Whole new option.
Yep.
Love it. I love the baby elephant. Gotta do something with him at some point.
So nice and green down here. My little chihuahua could fit on
Aw.
on there.
We are after 2 o'clock. I really want to finish it. I feel like if I don't, look at all these cute kitties. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's my other arm for the house.
Sit here and if I'm gonna sit here and finish it, then we could stay live. But what is that? Okay, that could be sitting there. Could be sitting there. Oh, this elk could be standing on this table. That would be a little bit of a shock. Let's see if I can get it out. Let's see.
Okay, there's that one started. I put arms coming out of the windows.
Cool.
I just have to find what else goes with that.
You finished the other one already?
I finished this one. I found the arms and I know they're going there, so I'm putting them on there. This one I'm gonna call finished. I gotta cut it to make the side it an even side, but or glue it down like this on a bigger piece of paper. But yeah, that one's finished.
Cool.
This one I don't know yet what to put behind it. I gotta find something really special behind there. But this one I would put into a book like this and just leave it until I found exactly what I wanted to put there.
Right. Sarah, how's yours coming?
I'm done. I don't know that it needs anything or looks like anything.
Okay.
But I'm
We saw
done.
DMs. Let me make you full screen and let's pick yours up and show yours to everybody.
You gonna show yours, Sarah?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was in the middle of gluing something.
Okay. I like it. I like it. You did a very good job.
I do too. I do too.
Can
A
you see
lot.
it?
It's very surrealist.
Yeah.
Very strange, which is what we
It is
wanted.
strange.
And that's what it's supposed to be.
And that's what it, yeah. I think you did a great job.
It's very strange.
And then you can go back with your pencils and your pens and stuff. And if you want to add any accents, that's what you do. And it will even brighten it up a little more. You know, it will, like, for instance, with this one, I'll probably put like this is where he came from. So I'll probably put some dots or some things connecting that.
Okay.
You know, so that you just add the doodles on at the end to bring them together.
Thank you, Glennis.
I was just looking for the name of that animal. You guys rival the Mary Atelier. Okay, so when I looked up that word back when Stamperia brought it out, it pronounced it atelier. And then I was listening to some artists, like genuine artists that have been artists for 40 years, talk, and they were pronouncing it atelier. So now I don't know how it's pronounced. Could be atelier. Even with weird stuff.
Named Castle's name.
Sylvia, what was for lunch? What was for lunch? Okay. I think I'm going to have to think about it, but I think I will probably, I might have to come back and look at it. I've been looking at it too long, looking for my tweezers here.
This is one of those that stepping away usually always helps. Always.
You just keep looking at the same things over and over, and after a while, your brain. I may take this. Okay, without any of that, this is what I've got so far. So I do. This probably wasn't the best fit there. I love that head, but it's still an old lady on antique or vintage.
So what you could do to make that look more is to take a white pen and make a necklace around her neck. So that it will blend
out
together.
So pop out because it's not odd enough. I really like the baby head on this guy.
Yeah.
I like the Dina Wakley over here, the penguin on that guy. I love this one here. It's perfectly. Even the My Little Pony worked well on this person, and there's her hand. Again, this one just kind of looks Barbara Bushish. It's not odd enough.
You could make her hair fire red.
Oh, that's true. Okay. These guys, love these guys back here. Let's see if it'll focus.
Oh, yeah.
Those are Lion King masks from the Lion King program.
You did a very good job matching the heads up to the size of the bodies.
Size of the bodies. Thank you.
Yep.
So then I'm thinking there could be something on this table. I don't know. Maybe it'll be an elk standing there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it needs to be something that's sitting there with dangling feet or
I
something.
wonder if you could find a
Yeah,
bowl
or-
of something, like something really
Yeah,
small, like a bowl of something crazy.
I think I have a nest with eggs and stuff in it, birds sitting there, but maybe a bowl. I may put her up here. I'll get her behind this head.
Yep.
And then have her leg going up behind the, or you know.
Yeah, if you can get that extra color off of it too.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Have her going out the window. I don't know. It's like it's got a tone of being vintage, with everything. It still has a vintage tone, even though you get these weird heads in here. And I feel like as soon as I add like her, it
might not anymore. Right.
The tone.
Right. Because you changed the heads on the bodies. I think I would leave it like it is. And you may be working on something and you may find a little tiny
that'll be,
vintage something, you know, whether it's working in regular paper or you find it in a magazine, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, that would look great there. Because I think it does have to have like a vintage feel to it.
Otherwise, I do like the cohesiveness of the vintage vibe, even though and it kind of, to me, it's like all of us are weird people, you know,
Very good.
Collective, all of our weirdness together. We're still all in the same space. We just have different heads, different looks, different, we're different, but we're all the same weird. Let's see. What did Sylvia say? Love the kitty. Love the kitty. There's a huge luau and leftovers were 7 steaks. Oh my goodness. Carne guisada. Oh, yum. Love the kitty cat too. Seriously, they resemble my family portrait. Nice. Uncle is the clown. Grandson is the baby with glasses. Youngest grand is a scared kitty. I'm Dina. The old lady is needs a big bug that the cat's looking at. You know what, Margie? I had a whole page of bugs, and I thought about a bug, and they're all different sizes. So there might be a great bug right there that the cat saw. That is definitely a possibility, and I don't think that would change the vintage vibe. They had bugs too. I think it's in here. So I may look for that, and then I may just set it aside and look at it for a while. There we go. Look at all these bugs. Bug, the right size. That's just sitting. Dead bug. That's just sitting on that table, freaking that cat out. Oh, maybe even this green one, because that would show up. And it's perfect for fussy cutting. Very cool. Okay, think I might do that. I don't do, I teach. That's funny. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. It is the end of June, so remember that next Monday there will be no Monday Jumpstart, and the following Monday, be sure to be here to hear about all the different types of journals. Sylvia and I are going to share a list of the types of journals that we keep. I'm not sure who has the most, probably Sylvia, but we both have a ton of journals. And mostly I want you to hear about how she keeps her daily journal. Her daily journal is a treat to hear about, and you might try out her style for a couple of days. Guarantee you'll like it, and it's much more fun than just writing long pages after pages in your journal every day. So her style of writing and how to get that record down is fun. You're going to like it all. You're going to like it. So be here on the 8th for that. And meanwhile, if you did make a Surrealist collage, please do post it in the Happy Paper People Facebook group. And do not forget to use the hashtag HPPJUNCOL. Hashtag HPP June Collage is what that stands for, because this is the last week of the month. So let's get some of those in there. So have the rest of a great day, you guys. Love you all. And appreciate you. Thanks, Sarah, for being here.
Have a good one.
Thanks, DM, for being here.
Of course, anytime.
Thanks, Sylvia, even though you're off eating without us. Thank you for being here, for sharing your skills as well. We'll see y'all real soon.